Hey everyone, welcome back to another video of mine. I hope all of you are doing well. I am a little bit stressed since I move next week and I still haven't packed anything whatsoever. So yeah, I'm a bit on edge. Anyways, today's video is going to be story time, and it's about me going out on a date with two people spontaneously. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Grab a bowl of popcorn, sit back, and I hope it makes you laugh. So the year was 2016 of August. So last year, not that long ago. But I ended up matching with this guy on this dating app. So I got all excited. I messaged him right away, and lo and behold, I ended up getting a message from him moments later. And that is where the ball started rolling. We ended up messaging each other for a couple of days until we exchanged numbers and then started texting each other via text. As the week progressed, I was going to head out to Toronto, and he lives in Toronto, so I said, I'm going out to Toronto this weekend. Why don't we meet up before I do my own thing? And he said, yeah, sure, let's do that. So I finally get to Toronto that weekend and hop off the train and go meet at our location that we're supposed to meet up. He ends up texting me saying, where are you? And I'm like, I'm at the place where we are supposed to meet. And he says, no, you're not. And I'm like, yeah, I am. So we finally figure out where we are. He is at a different location, of course, and I'm at the other one where we both agreed we would meet. So he says, I will hop on the streetcar. Why don't you meet me on the streetcar, because I am coming towards you then. And me, never taking a streetcar in my life, was going to say, I am not doing that. I have never went on a streetcar before. I don't even know how they work, and I don't even know where to go. But I said, all right, I'll do that. So I ended up packing up my stuff and going to the nearest streetcar when I saw the streetcar rails in the middle of this busy Toronto street with cars going left and right. And then I was like, how am I supposed to get on the streetcar without getting hit by a car? So I just stood there, and then a streetcar went by. So I messaged him. I said, is that you on the streetcar? He said, yes, I was on that one. He said, where are you? I said, well, I watched it go by, but I decided not to hop on. I will take an Uber. So I messaged him again saying, where are you going? And he told me he's going back to the office. So I said, all right, I will meet you there. I will bring my Uber. Or bring the Uber, not my Uber. I don't own an Uber. So I ended up getting to the office location. Once my Uber arrived at the office, I messaged him saying, I'm here. He comes out, we greet each other, we go in, I help him do things that need to get done, and then his friend shows up all of a sudden. And they introduce me, he introduces me to him and vice versa. And this is just when things start to just crumble under my hands. So I'm gonna use different names for this story, as it will just get confusing without names, but I'm not using their real names. Let's say the guy that I was meeting was Anthony and his friend was named Max. Anyways, Anthony introduces me to his friend Max and vice versa. And Max and Anthony start flirting with each other while I'm sitting there twiddling my thumbs and on my phone. From there, after introducing everyone to each other, we decided to watch a movie in the office. And halfway through the movie, we decided to get up and explore around Toronto. So all three of us get up and leave and go onto the streetcar. And I'm sitting there like, what in the world are we doing? Why are we getting on the streetcar? I don't even know how these things work. And they said, we'll teach you. Thank gosh they did teach me, because now I can use a streetcar when I go to Toronto next time. But anyways, we hop on the streetcar and we go downtown and then get off. From there, we walk to the waterfront and view all the boats and the scenery. We see people playing their music, riding their bikes up and down. It was just a lovely view of the water, and then behind us was the view of the city. So we continue walking for about 30 minutes, and then we all start getting hungry. So we suggest, why not go to a really fancy restaurant called McDonald's. No, it wasn't fancy, but it was McDonald's. So all three of us went to McDonald's to eat and had a great time there. In the meantime, we decided to go see a movie. And the movie was about to start in 15 minutes, and the walk itself took 15 minutes. So we were cutting it close. So we literally had to get up and run down, I think it was 4 blocks to get to this movie theater. And while we were running, we stopped right before the movie theater and then decided to walk up casually. But before all that, they were flirting with each other still, having their arms around each other, and then just making inside jokes while I'm sitting there still twiddling my thumbs and on my phone. So we get to the movie theater. And there we watch the movie. And once the movie is finished, we decide to walk around downtown Toronto at night. Really lovely city at night, and I just adore it. We get bored walking around the city, and then we all decide to go to this wine shop to buy wine and then start drinking. But here's the thing, we have no place to drink our wine that we just bought. So we decide to go into a park, sit behind some bushes, and then just start drinking. Anyways, we didn't get drunk. Don't worry, don't ever do that in public, as that is against the law. I wouldn't recommend it. So after our drinking session, we decided to go to a bar, and it was a gay bar. Really great bar, by the way. Was a great experience, and I would go again. But we sit down, have more drinks, and then watch the singers sing and the dancers dance. And then all of a sudden, I hear Max, which is Anthony's friend, saying, "Craig." So I look over, and he plops a kiss right on my lips. And I just froze. So I turned around, and then looked the other way, and didn't say a single thing. The whole night we were at that bar. So things got pretty awkward really fast. So after the bar, we decided to go our separate ways. Max left to go home, and then Anthony and I went to his house. So once we got to his house, it was about 1:30 at night, or in the morning, and he said, "Craig, I have to tell you something. I do work tomorrow. I have to get up at 4 in the morning and be at work for 6. So I said, "All right, I'll get up with you, and then I can go and do my thing." And he said, No, you can sleep in." And he was really persistent on that. So I said, "All right, I'll just sleep in." So I get up around 8:30, and I look over, and he's not there. So I'm like, all right. But I forgot he had roommates. So I heard his roommates outside talking, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to leave this house with Anthony not there. And his roommates are gonna see me and just freak out because there's a random stranger in the house without Anthony there. So I gather my things, I get ready, and at the moment of silence, I open the door and then go to the front door and then just run because I did not want to get caught by his roommates, because that just wouldn't be great. It would just ruin everything, even if it wasn't ruined already. So on my phone, there was a text saying, "I will meet you downtown once you wake up. I'm finished work around 9, so around 10 we can meet up at a Tim Hortons." So I venture my way into downtown Toronto and finally find a Tim Hortons and sit down. And he comes about 10 minutes later, and then we hang out for about, I think, an hour more until we go our separate ways. Anyways, so that was the time I dated 2 people at once when that wasn't the case whatsoever. I thought I was only seeing 1 person, but technically I was seeing 2. So that was quite interesting. So after we went our separate ways, we stayed in contact for about 1 more day until things just went absolutely silent. Until a few months later, and that was to become roommates. But that is all we have time for, so I'll have to save that story for another time. If you guys did like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and comment down below. I look forward to reading all of you guys' comments, and you guys are all supportive, and I'm so grateful to have you guys as my supporters. I will see you guys on Monday with another video, and remember, don't forget to dream big. See you Monday.